Minneapolis voters chose to knock down the 70-30 law last night.
That's a rule that says restaurants with certain liquor licenses had to make sure that 70% of their profits were coming from food and 30% from beer and wine. As Kylie Bearse shows us, it was a ratio that was getting tough to manage thanks to the city's huge craft beer boom.
It was weird and awkward in order to get around that law that I needed to have food in front of me in order to enjoy an after-work beer.
Awkward comes up a lot when talking about the 70-30 law.
It kind of became awkward for us because we would tell people that, sorry, we can't just serve you a glass of wine.
But after Tuesday's election, it's just counting down days.
I was flabbergasted. I was excited to see that it was somewhere in the mid-80s% of the people said yes to it. It's going to affect us in a...
David Burnick co-owns the Riverside Cafe.
It limited us to what we could offer as a restaurant.
Because of the law, Burnick had to serve bread with his drinks.
For them to purchase a glass of beer or a bottle of wine or anything from us, we had to provide them with some food.
But he says most of it ends up in the trash.
It was a bummer. We hate throwing food away in the restaurant industry.
As the restaurant industry changed, menus weren't fitting into the ratio anymore.
That ratio of 70% food to 30% beer or wine just completely got flipped with the craft beer explosion and what fine wine has always been.
Which is why restaurants asked Minneapolis to vote yes on a measure many say was harming business.
They love them. They want to support them. They would see the big hole in their neighborhood if it were to go away.
Since these restaurants are located in neighborhoods, opponents worried how family-friendly they would be.
If you take the worst bar that you could imagine and plop it in a neighborhood, I think that's kind of where their imaginations ran with it.
Burnick says you'll hardly notice a change, but he will.
It's going to lessen my paperwork.
They're just going to see a more relaxed restaurant owner.
The 70-30 law will no longer be in effect as of January 2015.